Hello everybody! Before we begin, I would like to let you all know that I have a book out. It is called Not Quite Dead, and it is the story of a woman whose fiancé passed away a year ago, having dreams where he tells her that he's still alive and trying to use said dreams to get him back. It is available on Amazon in both paperback and ebook formats, so if you've ever wanted to support me financially, then this is your opportunity to do so. Link is in the description. Hey gang, it's Quill, and we discussed Mortal Folly, so naturally now is the time for Mortal Recoil. Mortal Recoil is the direct follow-up to Mortal Folly, marking the first episode of Adventure Time to pick up where the previous one left off. It's also the intended Season 2 finale, although only the penultimate episode in airing order. I really enjoy the opening of this episode. They really nailed the medical drama angle, it's a lot of fun. In general, this episode is definitely a lot more comedic than Mortal Folly, not that that's a bad thing. There is some good body horror with PB being possessed by the Lich, but this is mostly just used to torment Jake. It's not really played as straight as the horror side of Mortal Folly. But again, I don't mind this. It's actually really nice that the first half of this episode acts as a bit of a breather after how intense the last episode was. And for what it's worth, the body horror is still really well done. Love all the freaky ways in which PB contorts. Gotta say, they make Finn really stupid in this one. Like, he's just so cartoonishly oblivious to PB being obviously possessed, adding even more to the torment Jake is going through. But again, this isn't a criticism, because it's really funny. In fact, I think my favorite joke in the episode is when Finn lists all this crazy shit PB had him get, and just calls it all lady stuff. Did Finn just think it was PB's time of the month? One mild criticism I do have of this episode is that I don't really think PB's big monster form is all that memorable or interesting. It's not that it's bad or anything, it works. It's just hard not to compare it to how threatening the Lich felt last episode. It doesn't even really feel like the Lich, if I'm being honest, just kind of a generic big monster. But I do like that Finn tries using the sweater again, but this time it doesn't work. It makes the situation feel a lot more dire, and I like seeing Finn have to come up with a new solution. And where this episode really shines for me is its use of Ice King. I mentioned in Mortal Folly how that episode feels like a sort of passing of the torch from Ice King to the Lich, in terms of who the big bad on the show is. And I feel that even more with this episode, as this marks our first instance of Ice King teaming up with Finn and Jake. There's just a nice novelty to seeing the three of them work together. And it's a great little redemption for Ice King after dropping PB into the well at the end of last episode. Ice King just has a really solid arc over the course of these two episodes that I feel goes kind of underappreciated. I also just love this moment of Finn telling Ice King he did good. It's so damn sweet and a very satisfying moment for the character. And it's also nice to know that he is definitely not interested in a 13-year-old PB. Speaking of which, let's talk about that ending. Because between the Ice King semi-redemption and Finn and PB getting together, it really does feel like this episode could have been a finale. Even though it technically isn't even the season finale. Now, obviously, PB and Finn getting together is not something that anyone in their right mind would want in the year of our Lord 2025. But I do think this would have worked as an ending given where we're at this point in the series. This was before the show was really doing anything with the PB and Marcy dynamic. And her having the mind and body of a 13-year-old means there's not really anything inappropriate about this relationship. I'm definitely not saying I would have wanted for the show to end here, just that I think it would have worked as a finale if it were one. Or at least, it is when you take away these last few seconds. I really love the reveal here that the Lich is still possessing the waving snail. It feels so ominous, letting us all know that the Lich is still out there. And I love the detail that the snail is still shown with green eyes throughout the entirety of seasons 3 and 4, foreshadowing the Lich's inevitable return. Mortal Recoil is not as good as Mortal Folly, but I still really like it. It's definitely lacking the same sense of scope that the previous episode had, but it makes up for that in being a funnier episode overall, with great use of body horror and an excellent Finn, Jake, and Ice King team-up. Please let me know your thoughts on Mortal Recoil as well as the two-parter as a whole in the comments. Have a good one, and Squill out.